Good evening, everybody. Hi. Welcome to another one of our live ghost hunts. My name's Alan Robson. If you've no idea who I am, I've been on radio for, well, since the dawn of time. We've traveled the world doing TV and radio and looking for weird, paranormal, peculiar, UFO, odd things. And we're going to look for some odd things tonight. Speaking of odd things, Kenny, he can join us as well. Kenny's been with me all over various places around the world, and why he's still here, I still really don't have a clue. But Kenny's going to be with us. We've all had our nasal swabs and everything. We do it before each and every one to make sure we're all right. On the back of the camera, we have Hollywood Tony McShane.
Hello.
So Kenny's going to grab the camera, which means it'll go haywire, just so that Tony can get in shot, so that he's recognised in bars and people can bring him horrendous amounts of alcohol. The reason that we're here tonight is very strange. Somebody actually suggested this. You will remember about 3 weeks ago, we visited a Masonic lodge in Sunderland, and we had an amazing time. And the same guy, Michael, who got us in there, said, well, why don't you go to the really big one in Newcastle? And it's in a part of town that I should know inside out. In effect, it was a part of Newcastle that I never came to because every area had its own tribes.
Yeah.
And they had their gangs, and we kept well away from their gangs. And I'll give you good reason. But first of all, I want you to come down here because I want to show you a little bit of Newcastle upon Tyne. Now, if you look far enough to the left, you'll see in the distance, hopefully, the top of the Tyne Bridge that Kevin Keegan and I put switched the lights on when there was a great day. Flew in by helicopter, real showbiz stuff to switch the lights on. Obviously, there's loads of stories about that. Cut further across, you've got Gateshead, where the Great Fire of Gateshead was. We've got to do a show over there at some point.
Dunstan.
I was drawing a veil over where you live, Kenny, but no, Dunstan across there as well. But if you look at all of the buildings, right the way across, you'll see the Life Centre over yonder. I don't know whether you can see the blue building with the Life Centre written on top of it. Well, while that was being built, they came across Saxon graves, and the guy who was the caretaker overnight rang the show and said, there's figures moving across the site late at night, and the security guides, dogs are all going crazy. But what I want you to do when you look at all of that, what's odd about it for a city that's as old as Newcastle upon Tyne? What's odd about it? Every building that you can see, and I mean every building, because we can't see the Newcastle Castle or the keep or anything, every building there is brand new.
Yeah, it's all new.
Every building is after World War II, because I want you to imagine that whole place on fire. And I'm going to tell you why it was on fire a little bit later on. So come with us, let's head to where we're going. I can't not tell you about a Victorian story that features that building there, the Villa Victoria. Wasn't always. And if you look at the top window, and it's the one in from the left, no, one in from the right, I beg your pardon. It's that one there that's facing the city, the upstairs window. According to a legend, there was a family who lost 2 of their children to TB, and tuberculosis was going all over Tyneside. So a baby was born, a beautiful little girl. They kept her in that room and they refused to let her leave. She spent her whole life in there. She never got TB. She actually died of influenza in that room, and she'd never been let out. She never saw anything other than that room up there. And she's supposed to watch down from the window at people in the city and see them walking by with their bows and promenading at night time, just desperately wanting to be part of it.
Like an early COVID Vic.
An early, a very sad story all the same. But she's supposed to be up there. The reason that I mentioned all this on fire, on 2 occasions, this is a place, I suppose I should introduce you to, Estelwijk. What? Estelvik. This was a village. Newcastle was about a mile down there. It was only the centrepiece. Up here was the village of Estelvik. It ended up being called Elzik. If you go a bit further, you come to Bruneval. Bruneval is Benwell, and it's called Bruneval because Bruneval means the place behind the wall. It's behind the Great Wall, the Roman wall. Estelvik, what does that mean? It means milk parlour because it was a big cattle market. And Estelvik down here, beside where the centre of life is, used to be a big cattle market. When you were little, you might remember it. It became a bus station.
That's right. Yeah.
And but it was a cattle market before that. Cattle market since 1330. Try going back that far. Older than America. 1330. And these two villages, Estelvik and Bruneval, they only became part of Newcastle in 1865. Before that, they were a place like Wickham, you know, or somewhere out there. Yeah. Now, as you see, we're hitting Rye Hill, where the Newcastle College is. Once again, look around at all the houses. Why are they all brand new? And it's not, well, it's social regeneration, Alan. No, it's not. It's because during World War II, Vickers Armstrongs, that's down the bottom, at the bottom on the riverside, they were making bombs during World War II. And watch your step over these roads, Tony. They were making bombs because my mum was making the shell cases for them in Vickers Armstrongs. Only job.
Target then, would it?
It was a major target. Hitler put in his. He put a document together to know where the priorities were for him, and one of the priorities was they had to eliminate the munitions and tank factory on the River Tyne. So what they did was, okay, there's a yellow tyre on the path.
It's very tired.
Get past it, get over it. Sorry?
Was it meant to be?
No.
I thought it was like
No, it's just somebody's
just normal
dumped a tyre. Don't say that. This is my homeland.
It is.
But anyway, so during World War II, they decided they were going to try and hit the Vickers Armstrongs factory, and they got planes flying across trying to bomb it, and they also had fighter planes strafing it with machine gun bullets. My mother told me these stories when I was a kid, and you think, that could never happen. But it did, it absolutely did. But the thing that happened in 1941, September the 1st, they did a thing where they dropped bombs with parachutes on them. Right. They were incendiary bombs to make things burn. And the only buildings that remained at the end of that, in all of Elzik, and Elzik's a sizable place, the only buildings that survived, because everybody went into their shelters, the only buildings to survive are the solid stone buildings, the buildings that wouldn't burn, which tended to be churches. And there's one other building down here that didn't burn, and it was the Masonic temple that was built in 1870. So that's the most recent time that Elzik is burnt. Right. But if you go back to 1644 and the Great Siege of Newcastle, it was on fire again. The Scots came through. Woo! The Scots came through Elzik, and they camped here. Laird Leven and a man called Callender were the two leaders of the Scots. And they came here and they settled essentially here, this area. There was thousands of them. And you know how everybody says, Newcastle, they always defended it and they didn't let anybody take it. Well, they got completely defeated by the Scots. They took Pilgrim Street. They raced to the castle. Over 1,000 musket balls per minute fired at the people in Newcastle who were running in all directions. The Scots eventually took it. But why was all of this on fire then? Because the Scots didn't do it. What happened was, and it's the school that I used to go to, was called John Marley.
Yeah.
Don't know whether you've heard of John
I
Marley.
did. Not well.
John Marley School. Sir John Marley was the Lord Mayor and Protector of Newcastle.
Right.
He was the one fighting the Scots and trying to keep them at bay. And he decided, if they get into Brynneval, they get into the little village of Benwell, they'll just live in people's houses and they'll eat the food and they'll kill their cattle and they'll eat them. So instead, before the Scots got to Brynneval, he sent the English troops out of the castle to burn everybody's house to the ground and take all their cattle back into the city.
Right.
And when he came to Elsick, he did the same thing. He set fire to all the buildings. So on 2 occasions, all of this has just been on fire. During World War II, in 6 weeks, 400 people died here. The ones that couldn't get out of the shelters. Horrific stuff. On every corner around here, there's amazing history. Anyway, let's go down and that's a good idea. If you'd be kind enough to share this with as many people as you can, we would love you to do that. And if you do share, you get a chance to win one of these little rascals as well. You get one of our badges if you all right, man? Good. Right, let's crack on. So, no, not at the minute, man. That's not what it's about. But we're sympathetic to your cause. So, anyway, let's crack on down. We're talking about the older buildings. That's one of them now. At the top of this building, from World War II, there's a church for the Polish community. Because if you remember, a lot of the Poles came across here to fight as aeroplane pilots to learn the skills so they could get back at the Germans. Amazing. You see how it almost doesn't fit, but they've done their best. The college, obviously brand new buildings for people to live in, and then slap bang in the middle of it, you get the gospel mission. An amazing old thing that's managed to survive when everything around it was burning. I know a lot of the windows have been replaced over the years, but incredible stuff. So, moving down, and there it is. That's the place where we're at tonight. Please don't pile down. I know the temptation is to come out and see us. If you want to help us, please just share. You can't get in the building anyway. It's locked. And we got people guarding the doors for obvious reasons. But down here, I would bet there's a load of students from the college that walk past this building every day and have no idea. No clue as to what is directly across the road from them. So we're going in there tonight. And don't forget, the closer we get to getting free of all of the restrictions, the quicker we can get some of you guys to come and join us. Now, outside the building is Michael, who managed to get us in here. So he's part of the team again for tonight. And don't forget, if you can find us a cool place to be, then you'll be part of the team too. If you can do that, we're trying to get as many people involved, and we want you to come with us. In fact, give me a break. I'll tell you the history at the top and then just open the door and send you in. Yes, Michael, as we say. Hi, Michael. Thank you very much again for this virtual handshake. And it's horrible, isn't it? Is it? We have been, hang on, we'll just hand that to you, Michael. Thank you very much again. Michael's already working on other places for us to come and visit. So we've been in here a little earlier. We did about 15 minutes just having a look around, and I did a couple of interviews while I was inside. Looks great with the lights on. As soon as the guy said, we're going to switch all of the lights off, that's a different matter. Apparently, from what we've heard downstairs, there's issues of voices and movement and what have you. Yep. And upstairs in the attic, it was a holding cell for a while, yes, where somebody was held to be taken to Newcastle town where to be hanged. Yeah. Now, is it stained? You'd imagine over the amount of years that it's been here that it would be. There's only one way to find out.
There's a secret passage in the library upstairs.
A secret passage?
Secret stairwell leading from the.
Do you know where?
Floor.
I know it's a secret. I thought I kind of feeling I was going to say, where is it? You were going to say it's a secret.
The secretary here said he was by himself one night and he heard talking when he was in the library. He thought nothing of it. Come with his friend a couple of nights later for another meeting to have.
Yeah.
And both of them heard voices
Right.
coming from that stairwell itself.
The interesting thing for those of you outside, and I don't know whether you can make out, can you make out the writing that's on the top of that window?
I can see it, but I can't make it out.
Well, what it means is here, which is there, Audi, and then across the middle, it says, listen, hear, don't speak. Because secret societies or whatever, if you choose to call it that way, I think it's actually good advice. Listen to what people are saying, and but don't speak. Just listen and take it in. And it's a wise thing. But let's get in and do this and lock ourselves up for the night. Oh, big Scooby-Doo door, and in we come. There is we've already done the tests, the necessary tests, and in here is an incredible place. There's things in all directions. I think just keep yours off, Ken. I'll keep the light one on. And again, a list of everybody at the St. Thomas Lodge and the Fenham Lodge. A whole batch of different lodges use this place. Stairs down, we'll be going down there. Stairs up, there's a horrific room in the attic. There's a meeting room here. The lights come on when you walk in. That was like, I nearly said switch that torch off, Ken. But and all the different lodges coming here with their banners and what have you. We'll have to be aware that there's some instant lighting. The toilets do that as well. Okay, so if a light comes on in the loo, you will know that we're in trouble. Back to, this is the main downstairs hall.
This is the main mail hall.
Sorry?
The main hall. There's another one downstairs as well.
This is the main hall.
One, yeah.
Then there's I'll tell you what, well, let's start downstairs and work our way up to that horrific place. That's just weird. I think we just close that off if we can. Yes, we can. There you go. Got it. So if that door's open, we'll know there's a problem. Right. We just want to keep this as straightforward as possible. Now you've got to remember, and I know people say, but the stories, there's just some people hear noises. It's what was on this ground long before it became anything to do with Freemasonry. But yet as soon as Freemasonry arrives, you've got to remember what it is. Now, some of you may question, well, I'm not sure about them Masons. I've heard all these stories. And we all have. Bottom line is, as far as I'm concerned, they're a group of people that meet. There's a male group and female groups, and they do great stuff for charity. That's as far as we can discuss what they should and what they shouldn't. Bottom line is, it's people's own free will to do what they feel, and they meet here every night, and I'm sure they have a thoroughly good time, otherwise they wouldn't come. Anyway, they've never invited me, other than this. So, and before you start, I'm not a Mason. Right, so let's crack on and see what's downstairs. And it's just worth seeing because people do get kind of, oh, blimey, this goes on forever. Push.
It's left, that's the bar.
That's the bar, okay. So you're trying to keep me out the bar. There's a kitchen in here. And again, am I feeling anything? When I came in the front door, I got a little icy tinge. In here, I'm getting nothing particular. But what we've got to do is split up and put people in different places and see what we get. That's the bar area. Even the stairs, I'm kind of drawn to the stairs because they go right the way. And I mean, right the way up to the top.
Yeah.
So let's see what's along here. This is the cage where they keep the ladies. This is.
You'll get one.
No. Well, because there's women Freemasons, so they need ladies' toilets. An alarm from the lift, and it says isolated with a hand-lowering crank. That's a good name for you, a hand-lowering crank. There's the gents. That'll go in the main room. Let's see what's through here.
Some of the work that they've done with pictures as well.
Well, I mean, they transformed this, you know, because they'd have to repair it because they were away from it for an awful long time. That's just a, oh, that's a nice dark cupboard. Spiders. Spiders.
Oh,
Creepy crawlies. But it's small enough to lock somebody in, Kenny.
what a surprise!
Well, no, it's just if you get into a place like that, yeah, I just think you get a proper feel
You do.
for the
I think I'd rather
place.
be there than the attic one.
Everybody who's seen this attic thing, and we filmed it earlier just to send around so you got a chance to look at it, it's heinous, and there's apparently a wasp nest in there. Spiders. Do you remember the scene from Arachnophobia where they went into the barn and it was just, there's a bit of that going on in there, which is not, I don't know why I actually did that. Step onto an invisible step there.
Yeah, the hall.
What is it?
This one.
That hole.
I thought the main door was up there.
There's two.
There's two.
There's two, okay.
This is the other hole.
Let's get in.
Oh,
Yes, this is the downstairs hall. And there's the birthday girl. Very patriotic. Yeah. No, but I think there's enough people sang this week. And there's the symbolism on the wall that now what we want to do first is just give you a quick whisk everywhere, then we'll start pulling people to one side. Another thing that's going to happen for those of you that are supporters, we've got another camera working, so there'll be an extra hour of investigation filmed in places where we're not. It was like, that was Tony, don't worry about it. Just walking into a chair. It's an amazing place, so look at it. Look at the size of it. And this is the small room. Amazing. Right, we said we were going to have a whisk around, a fast look, and then we'll start putting people in places. We're taking some photographs on our way around. We're also going to be recording some audio if we get anything that fits when we do our debrief, which always happens usually on a Tuesday. If we get anything, you'll see it. Any pictures we catch, you'll see. But anyway, let's back out, and we've started downstairs. And as you say, it's another rabbit warren of places in all directions. I'm sorry, I'm just nebby. Is this one locked? Yeah. Yeah. If you hear anybody banging to get out of there, it's the cleaner. Right. Let's get up the long stairs. Just makes you wonder how many people, since 1872 when it opened, people have been climbing. You see the spiders? Spiders are still, I don't know whether you can see the webs. They're still climbing the stairs the old-fashioned way. So we're now on the second floor, which is where the main door comes in. We came in from along there. Did we shut the toilet door? Seriously, did we shut the toilet door?
It's an automatic light, so it wouldn't really shut you.
no.
But it's open.
That door.
Because we came in that way. Yeah, it's automatic light. Shut the door, Kenny. Come out and shut the door. Oh, it has bells. There's somebody holding it as well. Right, just keep it closed. Oh, hang on. The secret staircase. Yeah, thanks, man. Oh, whoa. Oh, we're going to go up there soon. Leave that there for now. Fantastic. Secret staircase. Always good. Always good. So we came in here before, and we decided instead of going in there, this is where we go. What's through here?
That's the automatic lights.
That's the automatic light. Well remembered.
That's a good hole.
So let's go into the great hall, and this is a great hall. And you come. Now, I'm not going to put them on till we leave, but there's lights behind these amazing stained glass windows. And you've got, I know that the Freemasons are not a religious organization. You've just got to believe in something. It could be anything, literally, from Satanism right the way through to Christianity, to Judaism, Islam, Buddhism, Taoism, whatever you want to, paganism, whatever you want to believe in. But you've got to believe in something, some higher power. And this is the thing. Are you a fan of Bob Marley and the Wailers? I am. Love them. How many times have you heard them singing about Jah? Right? You've heard that, Ken?
I've definitely heard that.
Yeah, singing about Jah, mighty Jah. Jah rules, absolutely. Freedom for Jah people, Exodus. You know who Jah was? A pagan god that Freemasons, many of them, certainly all the Freemasons in the 1800s, believed that Jah-Babylon was the superior being, the superior power in nature. Nature, not religion, nature. So whenever you hear Bob singing about Jah, singing about the same guy that the Freemasons revered and looked up to. However, on the windows, you got Moses at the end. You'll see them very clearly later on. You got Moses at the end. I think that's Hiram. And that one at yon end, is that King? No, that's King Solomon. That's him, King Solomon. You may remember the story about dividing the child and trying to be honest. Now, in the last time we were at a place like this, I'd never sat on the big seat. And I said to the guy earlier that it's not something that I would do out of respect to the organization because I'm not a Freemason. And he says, oh, when the meeting's not on, anybody can sit in the seat. So I'll be in that seat at some point.
Apparently spirits don't agree with it when a non-master sits.
When a non-master sits at the seat, it upsets the spirits.
People.
Well, hang on.
We'll be going in there now.
Yeah.
And so it begins.
Yeah, absolutely. Right then. All right. To anything and everything that's in this building, I come here in absolute love and respect, but I want you to let me know that you're there. Make noise, touch us. We're here for you. I'm sitting in this seat. If you don't want me in the seat, let us know. Tell us that you don't want us here. Oh, did you hear that? Did you hear a noise? That was from, you think?
Upstairs, that was right above your head there.
Right, it was really.
I did hear a noise.
Yeah.
Do that again then. I'm just seeing that rod with the light that it's kind of taking my eyes off a little bit. Come on then. If that was that noise for me, there's 4 of us. We're in this room. We're in your room. Come on then. Hearing creaking, but I think that might be Tony moving about. Come on. Come on then. We're waiting. I'm in the chair. Let everybody sit down so that if any noise is made. I just heard like a thudding noise. Was it like a door closing? Is that you, Tony? That was me. Oh, it's Michael, right. Just sit and do not move. If your chair creaks, tell us that it's you that's creaking it. I'm hearing a humming. Can you still hear traffic from in here? Yeah. Heard a slight tap there. Just keep very still. Is that from up there?
Is it a heli? Yeah, I was going to say a plane or a helicopter, maybe.
No, but did you hear like a bump upstairs? Or is it just me? I think that was Mike. Was it? That was me. Yeah. What? Tony's pointing it at us. I'm not seeing it, but mind you, I've been staring kind of out towards Tony and my eyes are a bit skew with. Right. Problem is, as soon as you put a light onto some of these things, that's the end of it, isn't it? I didn't see it, I must say. Was that you, Tony?
I'm just moving the camera. Could have been me.
Right.
Not sure what you heard though.
A little thump. Come on. We're just asking you to join in and help us. We just want to know that you're there. I don't know whether you've realized, but there's a motion sensor red light in the corner, and everybody's completely still, but the red light's switching itself on just to your right, Tony.
Oh, yes. That'd be the alarm, maybe.
No, it's on because somebody's moving or something's moving. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that might just be Tony moving, though. It's just when Tony wasn't moving, it was coming on. Where did that come from? I got something that was about 2 yards away to my right-hand side. Be interesting if anybody could see. Don't forget at home when you're watching stuff like this, if we hear a noise in a particular area, we'll point it to you. If you see anything, if you don't, that's fine. But if you do, try and catch it. Then you can point it out to us. I know. It's on currently as if so. Are you moving, Tony?
No, I'm stood still, yeah.
Well, the motion sensor is on permanently, like there's something moving.
What about the necromancer? That might have something.
It's early doors for the necromancer, but I think maybe
asking.
let's give it a try. It's cold in here. It's colder than outside. Whoa. My torch is on for no apparent reason. Switch that on. Right, okay, let's get the beast kicking. See what's... I heard that. Might have been the machine. Right. You've made some noise for us. Speak to us. Any names? Do you want to give us a name? Okay, then give me a name. So you get John there. Or was that me? Johnny. What's your surname then, Johnny? So we can find out who you are. You know, there's just up the road, there's the Elsick Cemetery. Aaron, let's just hold it a second. There's the Elsick Cemetery, and in the cemetery, there's some people whose ghosts are said to walk around Elsick. Michael's just checking something out. What's happened? You see stuff moving over here? Don't know whether you've noticed the dragon's heads on the chairs as well. They're amazing, beautiful chairs. You see the dragon's heads on the...
Eagle on this one, Kenny.
Right. But no, there's various people are supposed to walk who were buried in the Elsick Cemetery, but they're supposed to walk around Elsick. There's 38 people that died in the Montague pit disaster because all of the people came from Elsick who worked there. 38 of them, and there's a family called Beatty, an 11-year-old boy, his dad, who was 24, and his grandfather, who was 49. And they all died in the pit disaster. It was an onrush of water, they called it, and it was water from the River Tyne got into the diggings. And nearly all the streets around here are named after people that were connected to the pits. Dora, I think it was William and Dora Buddle Road. And something that I never knew about a place that you'll have heard of a lot, possibly not so much you, because you're from a bit further afield, Michael, but there was a family called Scott, and they owned all of Benwell, and they owned land west of Benwell, and they turned it into a deer park. And there was supposed to be 40,000 deer in the forests there. And do you know what they called it? Scott's Wood. Scott's Wood was a deer park, and I never knew that. And I'm from here, you know, so you feel such a mug because you should know that. But the Cruddas family, they are also in that cemetery. And Mr. Buddle owned 2 mines, and they buried him in part of Elsick Cemetery. And when they dug down, they found a seam of coal. So they buried him in a tomb, in a seam of coal, and he owned a colliery. I mean, this... Say again? Named after him, absolutely. There's always famous people. And also there's apparently this street, Maple, is the place where 3 firemen got burned to death on Moseley Street when a chemist burst into flames. You can look up the history of it. And apparently during their procession, you know, where they put their bodies on the back of a fire engine and they took it to Elsick Cemetery, when the fire engine dragging their bodies stopped on this street and it wouldn't go. And they believed that the spirits of the firemen wanted to get off because they liked the street so much. They thought it was attractive.
You were talking there, all the way through your talking, all the way through your talking there was noise. All the time.
Tapping?
Yeah, all the time as you were talking. And it was like a low.
Well, we've had a few tiny little nibbles, just nibbles, but I heard some stuff. We've challenged the spirits that are here. We're here for the next hour or so, so you might as well get used to us, because we're going to be walking all over where you are. Car. No, it's a car. Let us. Michael, I left a box with all my tricks in. It's downstairs. That's great. Now we'll go and we'll catch that later, because we've got a few tools that we're going to use and set up. Look at this everywhere you go. Symbolism again. Let us finish our tour, and then we'll start putting people into places. We're going to take you all the way up to the top. Again, supporters, don't forget, not just supporters, all of you, please share, share, share. And one of you will be the fine recipient of one of our badges, one of our Night Owl badges. So, there you go. So, please share this as far and as widely as you can. We want it to go around the world and back again. Get some Australians and some Americans and some Europeans and some Asians and some Chinese. We want a lot. Spread it around the world. Now, up here, and you see this, we haven't hit the hidden stairs yet either. You come up here, and there's more stairs. Where's is the horrible bit up there?
Yes.
Right,
Yeah,
well,
the
let's stay down
library,
here then. That's the library. Oh, wow.
It annoys a bit as well.
I've just heard a noise coming from here. And it's a lift. Oh,
You hear that? That was a voice.
I heard a voice and a bang, but the bang was probably our door. Did you hear the voice?
I heard a moan or something, like a moan.
That's exactly what I'm just behind Tony is the stairwell.
What
The hidden stairwell.
the hidden Really? Oh, shoot. Oh, this is the top end of it. Oh, that's clever. I don't really want to just go and show everybody what's what.
The hidden stairs.
Absolutely. What's the matter?
Something on your head.
Oh, spray. Something on your head.
Could be a spider or a cobweb.
Let's go for a spider. We're just taking random pictures as well, because you never know what you get. And if you come to do a ghost hunt, always do that. And if you've got a tape recorder of any kind, leave it on in a room. You'll be surprised. You'll get hopefully we'll got the moan, you guys at home. So this is the library. We've got lots of places to put people, which is great. What I would suggest to everybody is, that's where we came. No, that's the toilet. That's the toilet.
So we know.
Yeah. That's,
You hear a noise in there? We heard
Wait,
a noise in there when we
wait.
come in.
right. Wasn't that just odd? Why would that not shut?
That's strange.
Why would, right. Now it won't close.
That is strange.
What the?
There's someone in there that wants to get out.
That's just bizarre, because no, it's got a look, it's got a lock. Leave it open then. Leave it open. Sorry, we went off briefly. And have you seen this? Is the room that nobody wanted to end up in. And as soon as we headed towards it, the thing went off. Blimey, it goes on. I'm not sure I trust the floorboards at all. And
Good. In there. I heard a voice in there before.
there's a voice in there.
I heard a voice in there before. You hear that as well?
Yeah. I hope they're getting it at home.
Oh, man, that's awful in there.
Are you getting like a high pitched?
It's like a woman's voice. That's a strange thing.
Yeah. What the hell? Right, come on. We'll head down and plan who's going where. I think we should be on our own. We are planning at some point to bring a laptop with us, and in that case, we're going to be able to get individuals on camera on their own phones around and about the place. So we've got that lined up.
We see a good Wi-Fi, then we can do it.
Absolutely. I don't know whether that exists here, but
It doesn't.
we're going to be visiting a castle very soon, and we're hoping that we can make that happen. Watch your steps. Did you get anything, Tony, behind you? Did you hear anything?
There's noises constantly from there.
There's something in there. I just got a high-pitched kind of something.
I do not want to go in
Because if you did go in there with all the spiders and stuff, we could shut that door. And it's got a lock on it. Look, there's a lock. Yeah. Be a place to go, wouldn't it? Watch your feet on the stairs, everybody. Yeah. The clunky feet is just me at the moment.
I don't know where.
Say again? Breathing. We're going back to the inner sanctum downstairs. We're starting. Got to remember, there's 4 floors here for us to operate in. Where the secret stairwell starts on the 1st floor. Is that correct? Or does it start on the 2nd floor?
This floor.
This floor, right? Which is the 2nd floor. The 1st floor. First floor. Because I want to put somebody in the stairwell.
This is kind of the one that you're coming on from outside, but then there's a basement-y floor.
Right. Well,
So
but
it's a
our
bit-
inner sanctum's the basement.
Yeah, it's a bit deceiving, isn't it?
It is, absolutely. This way. That one. It is. Gotcha. Right. I think what we do to start with then is we're going to put somebody down here. Now, because it's super dark, have you got any torch of any kind, Michael? If you don't, there's a one for you. We're all good. So we're going to start with somebody down here. Kenny, I think it's you. Can I put you in that corner? Now, because the building is so spread out, and it is obviously over 4 floors, if you get anything, super shout.
Yeah.
Super shout. And if you're in another position, Michael, so you stay where you are, and I'll probably come past you, or I'll come past Kenny to get to you. What I'm going to do is, I know you're going to put a camera on in an empty room, I think, Tony. Is that?
No, I'm going to keep it on here, then we can maybe take it off and put it somewhere. But
Gotcha.
we need light, otherwise it's just going to be nothing.
We need light. I understand that. So I could I could give you that now.
Do have the recorder.
And I can stay in a dark room.
We have the recorder to give someone. We just need a battery for it.
Right, okay. I've got batteries. Do you want batteries?
Yeah, we could give Kenny first, then Michael, and then
Right, Kenny, do you want to just put a battery in this thing? You've already got a camera, so we'll give the recorder to Michael. There's batteries in the bottom of there, Ken, if you don't mind them. You see them? Yeah. If you dig them out, I'll tell you what we can do as well. We can also set our ghost box, maybe.
Yeah.
The batteries go into Tony's recorder. And we've got...
old school recorder, so it picks up things.
We've got the box of tricks as well, so we'll be switching this on. You got to remember that you can place this in an empty room, and if anything moves past it, you know, like we saw the motion sensor firing, if anything goes past this, it will play a tune. Let me just...
Leave that here. You're not leaving that here, okay?
No.
Sorry.
I was going to actually put it in that corridor, you know,
Yeah.
On the screen here, I held the camera that went down, and there was a green
Starting already.
It's starting, it can't because it's closed.
That's a green object that went to it.
There's a green object went to it, you caught it. But you see, it only works when, and I've got the lid shut.
Wow.
I have just seen a head. Oh, it's your head, Kenny. That's a mirror. I thought it was a window. Oh, jeepers. You got me going. But have you noticed the box is closed? It can't operate because it operates for 10 seconds. Look,
So how does it work when it's open?
if you break the, hang on, if you,
Oh, there's like
there's a sensor, and if you break the sensor, it'll play for 10 seconds. You'll get about another 6 seconds from it, and then it should. Right, Kenny? I know. Well, you know, it's part of what we do, isn't it? In the corner for you, Ken. That's dead. Good. Right. You got the recorder then, Michael?
Kenny's got the
Oh,
recorder.
Kenny's got the recorder.
We'll swap it over half right on the next one.
Yeah, we'll swap it. That's right. So next, I want somebody on every floor is the plan. So can you go up to floor 3? Not the next one. Not the scary place. Because there's 4 floors, isn't there? There's a little bit up to the eaves. You go to the top of the next staircase up from this, and there's a corridor, and there's some cinema seats.
Yes.
Sit on one of the cinema seats. If you need the torch, don't feel free to put it on. And I'm going up to the next floor. So Kenny, don't forget, shout if anything major happens. Right. Right, I'm just following you up.
I was had a text from someone who's watching this, saying that when we were in that room, there was a dark shadow standing.
The dark shadow beside me.
Behind.
They have a habit of doing that. I just wish they'd touch me. I wish they'd just speak. It's, when I see them. No, you're keep going, man. Keep going. I'll be down here. So what I'm going to do is set this up. Probably. Where's the secret staircase? Is that it?
Yes.
No, that's the toilet.
Left, yeah.
Left. Ah, right. Now I'm going to open that up, put a chair there. Now remember, this will only move if something breaks the beam, and the beam is that way, okay? So even if I'm here, shouldn't be an issue. Right. We'll hear that for another 6 seconds. That's the main room. That's a toilet with a light on. What other options do I have? The lift. We heard a noise from the lift.
That's the changing rooms at the end. The light comes on.
This isn't. This is a dark commode with snooker tables and such. Come on then. Come on. Make it real. Make it real. Right. Make it real. I'm gonna. Yes, absolutely. Please, if you're enjoying this, and hopefully you'll be picking up some noise of some kind, hopefully catching images. I'm going to put my torch on the top of there so it can't make any kind of noise. That's the plan anyway, on the seat here. Come on. Now, I was in here before and I sat on the throne there, the main chair. We got Kenny and Michael in position. I'm in your space here. I'm not meant to be here. I'm not a member of this proud fraternity. Chandeliers, we've had movement before. We'd love you to move. Come on. Love you to move. Anything you can. We've heard voices in other places. Speak to us. Ooh. It's just got darker. Tony, did you?
Yeah, I've just turned it down a bit. Someone said there was a bit much light, so I've just turned it down.
Right. I noticed the difference. Ooh, 2 bangs. Did you hear that?
Definitely heard those.
There was 2. And one sounded... Oh. Just getting a little bit of darkness move. Oh, that was spooky. I think it was just you moving, but there was a crucifix. Is there a crucifix anywhere? I saw a crucifix move across the wall. Oh, chandelier. That's high up. Oh, behind you, Tony. Come on. Come on. Talk to us. Speak to us. Come on. Oh, Tony, without moving anything, look towards, those of you at home, look towards where I'm pointing, that corner. Can you see the shadow of the chairs? Is that a head moving around? Or are my eyes playing tricks on me? Can you see it, Tony? Black shadow on the far wall.
I think so.
You hear footsteps? Can you hear footsteps?
Yeah, I heard some there.
Could it be one of the boys?
People are saying stuff. I'm just reading the comments, yeah. The boys are downstairs, on different floors though, so... Oh.
Oh, damn. Somebody shouted. Watch your step, everybody. Oh! Oh. Hang on. Broken candle here. Where are you? Shout again. Shout again. Top. Sorry, I raced past you there. There's a candle on the floor here.
But that's the light. Is someone's been there because the light comes on? That's the room where the light comes on.
Oh, hang on. Hang on, come in. What's happened, Michael?
Sit here.
Right. Overlooking the
I'm
toilet.
going to have to go next door just for the signal because this is where...
Right, come with me. Oh, that way. Oh. What, in here?
Yeah. I was sitting that fast, the closest seat to me.
Right.
And it was like a...
On the door?
Yeah.
Do you know that on the floor below, there's a broken candle and the door's open to the room that lights up if anybody goes into it?
With the light on.
And the light's on. So you just hit a door?
The door?
Right.
Shit like that.
We heard footsteps. People watching at home have seen stuff moving. But come and let me show you what. We'll go and check on Kenny as well. Sorry, I ran past you there. I had to run back up again. Woo! These are not good stairs to run up and down. But come this way, Michael. Because when we came out, and I know you've been up there, because to be honest, if you'd have walked down these stairs, we'd have heard you. Look at this. The light's still on. We shut the door. And look.
Where's that come from?
That was on the floor when we went past it.
No, where's it actually come from though?
I don't know. I didn't see any candles when I came round. And this light's on. Just what is that? It's a candle, isn't it? Yeah, it's a candle. No, just leave it where it is. If they wanted it there, I would leave it where it is. Question. Why didn't we hear that?
These lights shouldn't be on because unless someone's in here.
I know, but we shut the door. So I'll move that to one side so we can shut it again. But Michael was upstairs and we'd have heard him on the stairs, you know. You know, for people to doubt, come into and he's trying to shut the door. And that's not an easy door to open, you know. You'd have heard that, but that... Oh, that's not candelabra. Where's that? Did you see candles when you came?
I haven't seen a candle in the whole building.
Look at the size of it as well. But if that had hit the ground, you'd have heard it. Let's go and get Kenny, see if he's seen anything. That's, wow. That is seriously wild. Kenny?
Straight across.
I'll get the hang of this place. Did you get anything, hear anything?
Two black figures went from left to right towards the door. You know what we heard? I don't know what happened there. I heard a noise. But two black figures just sort of went that way, just went across there. They just went, oh, not again. Not again.
What's the matter?
Look. Chandeliers.
Oh.
Not again. Or is it just a... Is it not just a two?
No, there's two of them. How would you move those things? Even on a chair, you wouldn't reach that.
I definitely seen it moving there, didn't I? It's not just me lights. There was two black figures went across there. What happened upstairs? I heard the noise.
There's a broken candle on the stairwell. And it's about this size and it's snapped in half. And we didn't see a candle anywhere.
What the hell was that?
Is that Michael? Oh,
Tony, can you actually see it? Is it just a light on though?
Might just be the light on.
Let's get the torch.
I've got a torch there.
You can see it bloody moving. It just started again. And that one. Why do they do that? Why do they move chandeliers?
Maybe it's the easiest thing for them to move because they're. But I don't understand that. Michael had a.
I've just asked about candles in the building. And the candles are where the automatic lights are.
It's moving, isn't it?
In the locker. Oh, right. That's, but they're locked. Right. So we've got a story. We've got a story on the candles, Tony. The candles are locked in the lockers in the room with the light on. Wow. But they're locked in there.
That's moving. This one's moving more. But that's moving as well.
It's moving a little bit.
And they're miles high.
That's moving. Look at it. Yeah, me.
But the one nearest you isn't moving at all, Ken. I don't think.
Well, I saw it was like two black figures went from there to the door. But that sort of happened as when that noise was there. There was footsteps. There was a clock. Is there a clock in here?
A clock?
Honestly, there was a. You'll get it on here. There was a clock there.
Yeah.
There is.
Hang on. Have a listen.
There was a ticking of a clock.
Yeah.
Yeah. I could hear a ticking of the clock.
Yeah, the clock's definitely
ticking. The weird thing was,
if you were in here on your own, you'd hear that as a...
See that there? That's when you're recording and it's loud.
Yeah.
It was doing that when there was nothing in here all the time. It was flashing all the time.
Right.
So I don't know what I'll get on there.
I think what we have to do then is do this properly this time.
Johnny, that's moving, man. That's moving.
Come on.
Look, it's moving.
Come on, if you want to play.
What's that?
You want to play.
Is that your neck?
Tell me who you are. Tell
That's moving as well.
Tell me who you are.
See a white light?
Did you burn on this one? Did you burn?
That's not moving. That one isn't moving.
Did you burn? Burn. Was it during the war? It was. And then crying. Do you hear that? Make it move more then. Come on. Move it. The spiders are in it as well. Move the chandelier above my head. If you can. If you burned here. Is that why you stayed? Why do you stay in a place of pain?
There's no one here.
Let's do that thing again. Get everybody sat somewhere so that you're not moving around, and let's not talk for a second. Hello. Be quiet, everybody. Let's let it do its thing. I see you moving the chandelier. Talk to us. There's many of you there. Give us your names. I heard John and I've heard Jimmy. Who else is there? Easy, guys. Let's give this spirit box a chance to talk. We won't interrupt you again. Talk to us. Who's there? Give us your names. Tell me why you're here. Look at it. I said, look at it. There's a lot of you. Why is there so many of you here? Why do you stay here? Hello. Oh. There's a lot of you here. Speak. Oh. Do you not want us here? Do you want us to leave then? No? Well, if you don't want us to leave, show yourself or speak to us. Give us a reason to stay. It's still moving.
There's no way it can move. No way to touch it.
Let's some more tools out. There it is. Check some temperatures with another gadget.
I think so. I can see it's moving.
Right. Let's see. Temperature is elsewhere. There's 4 degrees difference between the corner. Whoa.
Wait, sorry, my beam, sorry. Look for anything here. Can you see like things just happening? In front of me, just here, in front of me beam. Look.
Is that not just dust?
Is that dust?
Could be just dust. Switch yours off.
There's loads of stuff there. That's not dust.
No, there's a bit of dust in here.
Is that?
Oh yeah, bits of dead skin, probably yours.
Thanks. Look at it all. Not stop moving.
We're getting differences in temperature on here, on this gadget, of up to 4 degrees, which is massive. And yet the weirdest thing is, this is the coldest place, directly underneath that, which is just downright peculiar. No idea. I mean, I can find out from here. What? Tony, come here. This room, the only way in is there, right? Okay? Well, there's another way in there, but the door, nearest door out is that door here. Switch everything on for a second. Look over there. Temperature. You'll see the little red dot on the wall. You see the temperature? 10 degrees. Over here. How do you have that kind of discrepancy in figures? That's.
I think he said the heat was due to go up.
No, but it's colder there. It's colder over here by 8 points than it is the other side. And there's radiators on both sides. So it doesn't matter. There's just no excuse. There's just no reason for that. Try the other corners. That's even colder. Yeah, that's the coldest.
It's cold here.
It's 8 points colder than the rest of the room.
And that's where the two black figures went from there.
That's where the figures were.
From there to that door. From there to that door.
Why is it? I would have preferred them to have been close to where you were. You know,
No, I could see it.
that's ridiculous.
But they moved really quickly.
Right. Okay.
Let's stop moving now.
Next plan. Let's get people moved into place again. Let's give you fresh places. Come on, guys. Yeah, it's got to be along here. Can you, in fact, no. Michael, can I leave you on the ground one for this time? Right. Can I leave you there? Michael? Don't forget to shout if anything happens. Kenny?
Just give him the recorder. Stop the recorder.
Oh, yeah. Let him have the recorder. Show him how to use it as well.
I think it's already on.
Oh, that's good. We'll just leave it running. Don't forget, share, everybody. And one of you on Sunday will be named victorious. Kenny, I'm going to put you precariously. Oh, I don't know where we'll go. I'm going to put you in the stairwell. I haven't heard any of that sound go off. Our sound box was, there's that can't. And the door was open and the light was on. Now, if that just fallen on the floor, you'd hear it. You would think. Right, Kenny, I'm going to put you in the secret. Oh,
There it is.
I keep getting that. What's that? Green light. And what's that? That's the main door. So, it's all right.
Because you're there.
I think that was just me.
Right.
We'll sharp find out. Because what I'm going to do, Kenny, I'm going to put you in here.
Mm-hmm.
Can you sit on the stairs? Hang on. Ow. Right, in you get. Halfway up the stairs. You see where the stairs flatten out into a landing?
Yeah.
Just sit down there.
Yeah.
Give me a shout if you get anything. Give us your torch.
Oh,
Give us your torch. Stay in the dark.
yeah. Shut the door.
Yeah, shut the door. Now we leave. We'll only go on for another few seconds, which means I've got to go up to the next level. Right.
Might lose signal here. I need to go near a window at some point.
Right. Well, come on, you go near the window.
I can move and leave you here.
Okay. Do you need a torch?
No, I've got these lights.
Is I'm switching mine off?
I'm in the room where Michael heard
All right.
noises.
Lovely. Good luck. Jeez. That's just Tony doing his thing. I'm just going to sit here and hope for the best. I'm on the top of the stairs, if you're wondering exactly where I am. On top of the stairs, there's like a green cupboard. And there's nothing anywhere to be seen. Not a thing in any direction. Just gotta sit. Oh, that sounded like somebody moving. I'm just sitting here. The stairs all the way up to that scary room. But I'm just here. This is me moving my feet. Oh, come on. Just moving along a bit. Just turn my torch off. Just hope we can get something. No. Things are very quiet. I think it's time maybe we started to turn this up a notch. Maybe start at something spirit, seeing where that gets us. No noises here at all. Can you hear me, Tony?
Yes, I think so. I think they're picking you up.
I'm going to have to
If you can hear Alan,
just try and find him.
please put it in the chat. I think you can pick him up.
It's just me, Tony. I'm just aware of the time, and it's getting late. We're an hour and 20 into our hunt. I think we have to put somebody in that hole. I think we have to start turning it up a notch. We've got more stories to tell. We've got a lot of people who are supposed to haunt this place. I haven't even told you about some of the darker stories, but we're going to do that next. We're going to move on to part 2. We would love you to come with us. Our supporters group already waiting there. Tony, what should people do if they need to join us? We hope you will.
Well, if you're on Facebook, just hit the Become a Supporter button, and then 5 minutes time, we'll start up another stream. And on YouTube, just hit the join, and it'll be there in a few hours after this all ends. So become a supporter on Facebook. Join us on YouTube, whatever you're watching on.
We are going to be searching for those people that were burned alive right here. And we are at some point, and if I have to do it, I'm going to go into that hole and close the door and leave the lights outside, and we'll see what we get. That's next on our ghost hunt. Join us. Make sure you do.